And whether it's simply I got to watch my son or daughter when I was out of town, or we just love watching YSN. We love what you do for our son or daughter. So whenever someone says thank you or someone is appreciative of what we're doing, it tells me everyone at YSN is doing what we initially set out to do, which is shine a light on these athletes and help them kind of promote themselves. My name's Anthony Hartwig, and my sports network is your sports network.
Hello and welcome all you basketball fans for another installment of high school basketball on your sports network. We are here from the Jar, the home of the University of Akron Zips, for this regional semifinal between the Northeast 6 winner Garfield Heights Bulldogs with a 24-1 record on the season, taking on the winners of the Northeast 5 district, the Archbishop Hoban Knights, with an 18-7 record on the season. Starters first for the Bulldogs, the visitors on the scoreboard, wearing visiting colors, the dark colors with the yellow trim and numbering. It's CJ Little, it's Devon Jackson, it's Corey Wilson, it's Marcus Johnson, and it's DeAndre Jones. For the Knights, donning their home unis with the white and navy blue trim with numbering, it's Jonas Nichols, it's John Johnson, it's Joey Hardman, it's Kenny Scott, and it is Sam Greer. Garfield Heights was the number 3 seed in that Northeast 6 district. Hoban, meanwhile, number 12 in the Northeast 5. Knights back to the regionals for the second time in as many years. 3-peat district champions are the Hoban Knights, as last year's Division I state championship winners. Meeting in the middle, it's DeAndre Jones and Sam Greer. Quite literally just a few minutes down the road from Archbishop Hoban High School. So you gotta feel the Knights will feel the home court advantage. Hoban wins the tip, starts with possession. Kenny Scott finds a lane, too strong on the shot attempt. Rebounded and running the other way. Transition, take in and out of the iron. Out of bounds off of Garfield Heights. Both these teams love to get out and run, scoring in transition, turning defense into offense frequently. Kenny Scott, again the ball handler. Feeds to the corner, Johnson up and down from distance. John Johnson, JJ, the freshman, strikes first. And the Knights taste the scoreboard first. The bank in and out, second shot consecutive for the Bulldogs. That has fallen in and out of the iron. Jonas Nichols now brings it up. Screen faked by Greer, goes to Hardman in the corner. Hardman from the near side over to Nichols. Nichols bringing it up the right side wing, now to the top in Kenny Scott. Sam Greer, guarded by Johnson, over to Hardman. Now back to Kenny Scott. Scott with Marcus Johnson on him. Scott fakes going left, swings it back right, stops at the elbow, finds Jones. JJ in the near side corner, attacks baseline, gets tied up, steps out of bounds, and gives it up to the Bulldogs. Garfield Heights possession. Carter Jackson feeds over to the wing, up and down from distance the other way. That one, DeAndre Jones. Both teams with a triple, and we're tied up at a 3. Nichols attacks right side, nice cut. Nichols leaves it short though. just short on the iron, comes up hobbling a little bit, as well did Nichols. Other way, stopping near the elbow, kicking it out, fake the swing over. Jones tried to dribble with his left, it's tied up, ball is loose, on it, out of bounds. It goes back to the Knights. Student section sitting up in the balcony for Hoban, and you hear the roar of the student section from that call. Knights possession, game tied up 3 apiece. 5:40 and ticking, first quarter of play here from the Jar. Hardman had it knocked loose, picked it up, gave it over to Johnson. Johnson hands off now to Nichols. Nichols bringing it to the top, attacking with his right. They look to double him, turn around, fader, put it up and in. What a difficult jumper, but Agent Zero makes it look easy. 5-3, Knights back in front, looking to respond promptly. Little from distance, just a bit shy, rebounded Hardman. Hoban crowd getting into it. Knights trying to feed off the early surge. Nichols with it. Attacks right hand, got fouled from behind. Looks like Carter Jackson's gonna pick that one up. First one on either team as the Bulldogs pick up the first foul of the quarter. 4:39 remaining in the quarter. Kenny Scott has to pass, and the 5-second call. Turn it over back to the Bulldogs. Scott looked for the pass, couldn't find one. Looked like he might have attempted to call timeout. But the 5-second call happening prior, the turnover to the Bulldogs. Chance for a tie or a lead. Heights works it to Jackson, to a cutting Little, stop, pop. Little strong Greer with the rebound. Sam Greer, such a big body in the post. Hard to box him out. Football and basketball megastar, he's got D1 offers in both. Nichols way downtown, tried it from college distance, but left it a bit strong off back iron. Rebounded running. Little dumps off, in shot, in stride. Jones too strong on that attempt. Greer, good defense, hand in the face. Tried to force the contact a little bit, Jones, didn't get it called. Nichols. Low scoring first quarter, 5-3. Beautiful cut by Kenny Scott. He dumps it off. Greer in the corner, extra pass, Nichols. Nichols sidesteps, hoist, and has from distance. 5-point lead for the Knights. Nichols with 5 early. C.J. Little. Nichols guarding. Little, nice cut, dumps off in the lane. Whistle blown, foul is called. Coach T.K. Griffith wanting the travel, and they're going to call the contact on the Knights. Let's see who it's on. Discussion coming from 2 officials. They're going to say it's on Johnson, I believe. The freshman picking up the first for the Knights. And James McCarthy gets a little bit of a round of applause. The game-winning shot in the district championship contest against Brecksville Broadview Heights. That got Hoban to this position. James McCarthy back in. Left wide open on the baseline. Didn't miss it. Little with the bucket. Hoban forgot about him. Snuck through the back door all the way for the score at the rack. McCarthy. Face guarded by Devon Jackson. Johnson goes to Jonas Nichols, and the whistle blown as it looks like a timeout going to be called. And it's going to be the Knights calling the 30-second timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break as well here on your Sports Network.
High-res futurecast shows steady snow for the next few hours.
Still just downright cold.
Strong bands of lake effect snow. some freeze warnings, most of those up until around 10 o'clock this morning.
Wednesday morning, some more snow showers.
If you need a more detailed winter forecast on WFMJ.com and the Storm Tracker 21 app.
2 minutes, 52 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1 from the Jar of University of Akron, as the Knights leading the Bulldogs of Garfield Heights by a score of 8-5. One possession separating these two squads. It is Hoban basketball out of that timeout. Knights utilizing it. First time out of the game. Hoban left with 4, still the full 5. Garfield Heights, as Sam Greer tried to get that pass in from McCarthy for the quick cut bucket, lost the handle, turned it over to the Bulldogs. Carter Jackson to bring the ball up. Defensive chant coming from the balcony from the Knights student section. Jackson passes in through the perimeter, put it up, put it short just a bit though, as Johnson had a good look at it, right idea. Not the right result though he was looking for. Knights trying to extend their lead past a possession. Kenny Scott, and a man defense by Jackson. McCarthy back to Scott. Scott, Jackson on him, Scott trying to get past, and the push. Gonna be called Carter Jackson. That'll be his second. Both the fouls on the Bulldogs called on Jackson, so they're going to have to sub him out. Bring Corey Wilson back in for the Bulldogs. Kenny Scott, way over the top, finds Jonas Nichols. Nichols, shake and bake, put it up. Wide right, rebounded on the long rebound, Scott. Kenny Scott waits for a second. Burst of speed to the rack. Tried the reverse layup, couldn't find it. Rebounded and running, here come the Bulldogs. Stopped. Marcus Johnson now slows it down, backs up to the half court, now attacks. McCarthy guarding him. Goes through the center of the lane, puts up the floater with his left and puts it through the nylon. 1 point game. Knights in the lead with the ball. Kenny Scott brings it up. He's guarded all the way across the half-court stripe. Greer to Scott, nice screen set. Scott not open for the moment, another screen shown. Kick over to McCarthy. McCarthy tried to get it to Greer. Greer hits the ground as they faked him being there. Ball is knocked loose. Jonas Nichols tries stealing it, had it for a second. Back to the Bulldogs, and Garfield Heights with the first lead. C.J. Little the bucket. And the Bulldogs playing from in front. No whistle blown, the travel called. Momentum beginning to swing. Johnson coming in, as well as Andrew Karhoff for the Knights. Garfield Heights makes a substitution as well, as Jamar Keys checks in. A 9-8 lead, Garfield Heights in front. Pass goes over to Jackson. Devon Jackson tries to pass it, but went nowhere, out of bounds, and a turnover by Garfield Heights. Some early turnovers in this first quarter, 48.6 seconds to go. And a substitution coming in for the Bulldogs. Rayshawn Myers, that looks like, making his presence in this game for the remainder of the first quarter, 48.6 reading on the clock. Joey Hardman to pass in, far sideline, right in front of that Knights bench. Knights gets it to Scott. With Myers guarding him, Scott able to get across the half-court stripe. Ball knocked loose temporarily. Scott gets it back. Scott gets to a spot, dumps it off to Nichols. Nichols kicks back. Johnson puts it up, puts it down. Johnson, second three-pointer of the first quarter. He's got 6. Quickly speed racing other way. Foul, no. Travel called on the Bulldogs. Garfield Heights tried to quickly respond, got caught in between steps. And the turnover again by the Bulldogs to the Knights. Hoban by 2, 25 and ticking remaining in the first quarter. Knights looking to extend. Kenny Scott bringing it up, Myers guarding. Scott cuts, right side of the lane, gives it up to Johnson, weak side. Left side block and a bucket and a 4-point lead. 5 seconds and ticking. Looking to get a final shot up. Little, stop, pop, and drop the bucket at the buzzer. A 2-point game to end the first 8 minutes as the Knights with a slight edge, 13-11. We go to the second quarter of play. Ty Bartell, your sports network, back after this. Welcome back, everybody. At the end of that first quarter, some key numbers. Rebounding advantage went to the Knights, 7-4. So did the assist advantage, 4-1. Turnovers wise, Knights had more, 5-3 in the quarter. 1 steal to none for the Bulldogs. As also looking at the shooting percentages, 50% for the Knights, 45 for Garfield Heights in that first quarter. 13-11, Hoban after 1, start of this second. Garfield Heights basketball to start. Nice movement from the Bulldogs, the bucket plus the foul on top of it. What a cut for the 2 that time, Corey Wilson. Through the contact, didn't matter, and 1 try coming up for the lead. The classic 3-pointer. As Wilson steps to the stripe, foot on the nail, eyes locked in at the rim, and it's strong. Rebounded by Kenny Scott. The game stays tied at a baker's dozen. No sheriff in town currently. Kenny Scott, burst of speed all the way to the block, kicks out. Hardman to the top. Hardman gets to the mid-range, tried to get it to Nichols. Nichols regains the dribble, back on attack mode. Nichols gets to the right side wing, over to Johnson now. Bounce pass to Karhoff. Karhoff swings to Scott. Screen set by Karhoff. Kenny Scott, left side wing, left side lane line, stops in the lane, kicks out to Johnson near the top. Johnson now attacks from the left side, puts up the floater, leaves it well short, right into the hands of C.J. Little. Little in stride to the other side, put it up, put it in, count it, and 1 again. Back-to-back and 1 attempts for the Bulldogs. As C.J. Little this time will step to the stripe. Second time Bulldogs have been in front in the ballgame. Both teams tasting the lead frequently here in the first half. Knights picking up 2 quick fouls here in the second quarter. 7 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in the half. And the and 1 attempt is good. C.J. Little completes it. And the 3-point lead for the Bulldogs. Kenny Scott starts on the right side wing, stops at the free throw line, tries the floater, and gets fouled. Kenny Scott step into the stripe for 2 as the Bulldogs going to get called for the foul. Corey Wilson gets tagged for it. That's his first. Kenny Scott following the contact, 2 free throws for him. And the first one is good. Oftentimes one of the biggest areas in the playoffs, that free throw percentage. As Scott sinks the pair, makes it a 1-point game. Bulldogs bringing it down. Little doing so. Nichols on him. Little the pass over to Devon Jackson. Back to Little. Little near the top. Left side wing now to the corner. Finding Corey Wilson. Wilson has to get it out. Finds Jones near the top. Jones gives it right back up to Little, who takes it back to the A on the logo. Attacks left side lane. Has the opening. Oh, what a block by Johnson. Another second chance attempt. Can't get it up. Third chance and a foul is called. John Johnson steps up and gets a big-time denial. Freshman looking like a senior. Grown man type play by Johnson. The foul, though, by the persistence of the Bulldogs, will get him to the line for 2. And that first one rattles in and out. Marcus Johnson trying to convert 1 for 2 now at the stripe. Second one will fall. It's a 2-point game. Knights basketball, 6:14 and ticking first half. They trail it by 2, does Hoban. Kenny Scott, right around everybody, tries it, but the push is called prior to the shot attempt. Kenny Scott, such superb speed, and he's utilizing it time and time again. He'll draw the foul. Jackson will pick it up. Second one on him, or excuse me, Corey Wilson picks it up. Second one called on him. And a whistle coming from the baseline official, and I think it was knocked back out of bounds by Garfield Heights. Keep it with the Knights. Scott to inbound. Scott goes to Greer. They hand it back off to Scott. Scott, little crossover move, gets past the defender and draws the contact again. Kenny Scott, so tough to put a lid on as they create the contact on him once again. Scott back to the stripe for 2. Okay, Scott, 2 points, 2 rebounds in this game. Both those points coming at the stripe. Now first one in and out for him. First free throw missed by the Knights in this contest. And Scott tries to convert the second, looking to make it a 1-point game, and he will. Scott 3 for 4 at the line in the ball game. It's Garfield Heights basketball with the 1-point edge. Little brings it over the line. He's met by Nichols near the top. Little gets it to Johnson. Johnson draws the contact on the shot attempt. See who this one gets called on. It will be the Knights' third. Kenny Scott's second, Knights' 4th foul. Last to give for Hoban, and there's still 5:38 left to go in the half. First free throw is good for Johnson. Joey Hardman back into the ball game. Both shots are up and good. Marcus Johnson converts the pair. And the lead increases to 3. That trap, McCarthy had to get it somewhere, couldn't get it to Hardman. A wide open lane. Oh, a strip steal, knocked out of bounds. McCarthy forces Garfield Heights to inbound it. There's a quick discussion potentially on whose ball it is. And they change the call, Knights basketball. Quick discussion by a couple of officials. Originally ruled off the Knights last, but James McCarthy, what a stop in transition defensively. Second time the Knights have stepped up on a transition would-be score. Ball is loose. Nichols ends up with it and somehow maintains the dribble. 5:10 and ticking first half. Johnson with the ball. 8 points in this first half. Over to Nichols. Nichols attacks. Down to the right block. Tries the shot. The push is called. The foul is called in the act of shooting. 2 free throws coming up for the Knights. 4 now on the Bulldogs. As that'll be foul number 1 on C.J. Little. Nichols with a pair of free throws coming up. Been a quarter of free throws as Nichols sinks the first. Nichols goes 2 for 2, and we're back down to a 1-point contest. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. C.J. Little and the Bulldogs with the basketball. Feed over Marcus Johnson with Hardman on him. Johnson gets the spacing, can't get the shot to fall, but he'll get the contact for 2 free throws. Hardman picks it up. Knights now committing 5. That's the bonus for the Bulldogs for the remaining 4:45 of the half. As Marcus Johnson to the line. Again, a quarter of free throws. As Johnson will make his first. Kenny Scott in for Joey Hardman. Second one good as well. A pair of makes on the other end. Johnson converting them. Knights basketball. Kenny Scott starts from the left side. Speed races into the mid-range. Stops on a dime. Feeds to an open McCarthy. McCarthy can't convert the bucket. Out of bounds off the Bulldogs last. 4.5 to go. Hoban basketball trailing by 3. Right underneath Garfield Heights basket. As Nichols the inbounder. Nichols, short bounce pass to Greer. Greer using his power, getting the baseline, getting the reverse layup. And DeAndre Jones tried to contest, but over 300 is hard to try to back down. What a step up defensively. Johnson, another block, add another one to it, and it's off Garfield Heights last. The freshman making all the defensive plays. JJ. Got to beat 3 blocks now in the contest. Gets his hand off of it. Knights trail it by 1 with possession. McCarthy, speed races his way to the lane, tries the reverse layup, left it a bit too strong. Transition try, Garfield Heights stopped up. Little can't go anywhere, and a whistle blown. Foul is called. 2 free throws coming up as bonus for the Bulldogs. C.J. Little for 2. Trying to increase that lead for Garfield Heights. First is good. Little with the second, and that one good as well. A pair of makes and a 3-point lead back for the Bulldogs. Playing in front primarily this entire quarter has been Garfield Heights. Lead has been kept short though. Knights within striking distance. McCarthy in the corner. Brings it out. Passes over to Kenny Scott. Kenny Scott, oh, nice crossover into the lane, put it up, but strong off the window. Ball is loose, recovered by Garfield Heights. Chance for a big lead way downtown. Johnson is strong. Rebounded though. Garfield Heights kicks it out. Jones put it up and put it short. Rebounded Nichols. Knights survive defensively again. What a stand by Hoban. Back on the other end of the floor. Nichols backs up, steps into the three, left it short, tried to tie it up with one shot. Garfield Heights basketball. Big chance to increase this lead to 2 possessions. Little up, McCarthy guarding him. 2.5 and ticking, first half of play. Little calling for the play on the floor. It seems like his team not reciprocating to it. Able to get it to that elbow, out to Jones. Jones, full speed, stops, pops, put it in. Nice stop and pop from the free throw line. Mid-range jumper is true. 5-point lead, Bulldogs in front. 2 minutes to go, first half. Knights. Get to McCarthy. McCarthy to Greer. Greer thought about the three, bumping and bruising. Ball is knocked loose. Greer gets it back. Ball on the ground. Greer ends up with it. Gets it out to McCarthy. What hustle by Greer. As Nichols stuck up on the defense from Little, over to Kenny Scott. 95 seconds to go. Pass into Greer. Greer able to get past the pressure, put it up strong. Second chance attempt. That's no good. Rebounded by Jones. Great defensive stand by Garfield Heights. Minute 20 to go, way downtown. And a shot trying to get that one from way beyond college level. Feeling it, trying the heat check. Knights get it back though. 65 seconds to go. Ball tipped, recovered by Nichols. Nichols over to McCarthy. McCarthy to Johnson. Johnson sneaks it in for another bucket. JJ making a name for himself. He's got 10 points in the first half. We're under a minute to go. It's a one-possession game. Garfield Heights lead with possession. 40 seconds and ticking. DeAndre Jones right back to Little. Little standing on the A at center court. Letting the clock bleed out. Likely going to take last shot. Want to make sure you get into the halftime locker room with a lead. Want to come out in the third quarter playing from in front. Little handoff. Jones gets past Scott, puts up the floater, puts down the floater. 5-point lead back, 4 and ticking. Johnson, JJ up and short, just barely. But Garfield Heights and the Bulldogs will take a 5-point lead into the locker room as this regional semifinal from the Jar continues live after this halftime break in about 10 minutes with the start of the third quarter here on your Sports Network.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Welcome to the Bunker and Double Bogeys, the area's largest indoor entertainment destination. Our 2 bars, 3 dining rooms, and 2 private event rooms offer lunch and dinner, daily happy hour specials, and live entertainment to keep the party going. And with 50-plus courses, soccer, zombie golf, and carnival games, our 10 simulator bays offer fun for everyone. Date nights, private parties, family time. At the Bunker and Double Bogeys.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Going the extra mile means doing more for the people who matter most to you. It's how you take care of your family and how you care for yourself. How hard you work on the job and how hard you play with others. How you help the person next to you and the people who need you. At Greenwood Chevrolet, we know going the extra mile is about more than what we do at our dealership. It's what you do after you leave.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, so if you want it, you gotta work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana and I am why I'm proud.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Flynn. Hi, this is Steve Versetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Nestled here in the beauty and splendor of Mill Creek Metro Parks are two of America's best golf courses, as selected by Golf Week magazine. Ranked number 9 in Ohio by TripAdvisor. Come play like a pro on these award-winning Donald Ross-designed courses. Enjoy a round with your kids and unwind with your favorite food and drinks in the grill room. For championship golf, look no further than your backyard. Mill Creek Golf Course.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens. On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
De-stress. De-ache. Detoxify after a long, stressful day. Calm your mind. Relax your body. You deserve it. With prices starting as low as $89 per month, anyone can afford the spa or sauna of their dreams at Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
Change.
This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at MyersFamilyINS.com or find us on Facebook.
A doctor you can rely on. The customized care you've been looking for. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our primary care services were created with true, whole-person healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian
Hi,
Health.
I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
We know when it comes to insurance, you have so many choices. But if you're looking for someone who lives in your community, someone who cheers for your community, and someone who works for your community like you're part of our family, well then please let us introduce ourselves. Hi, we're Heiner Insurance. How can we help?
Tiger's got 152 yards. Should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him. They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well. Connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Hope looks different for everyone. It's a doctor who takes the time to understand. It's a listening ear when you need one most. The power of care is nothing without hope. And every service we offer is created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian.
It means the world to me to know that what we're doing is impacting people. And whether it's simply I got to watch my son or daughter when I was out of town, or we just love watching YSN. We love what you do for our son or daughter. So whenever someone says thank you or someone is appreciative of what we're doing, it tells me everyone at YSN is doing what we initially set out to do, which is shine a light on these athletes and help them kind of promote themselves. My name's Anthony Hartwig, and my sports network is your sports network.
My Sports Network is your sports network as well. Anthony Ty Bartel, your sports network, back here from the JAR University of Akron Arena in this regional semifinal matchup between the Archbishop Hoban Knights and the Garfield Heights Bulldogs. It's Hoban basketball to start the third quarter. They trail it by 5. 27-22, Greer trying to get the tip in, can't get it. Third chance attempt, couldn't get it. Looking to track down the rebound, hits off. Greer last, back to the Bulldogs. Garfield Heights getting that bucket at the buzzer, near the buzzer, I should say, to increase the lead to 5 before the halftime break. Have a chance to have the largest lead of the game with a three-point try. It's wide right, hits some hands, ends up with the Bulldogs. Rebound goes the way of Garfield Heights. Little steps up on the free throw line and kick out to the top. Johnson attacks, gets into the lane, strong take, hits some hands straight up in the air. It's out of bounds, and they will send it back to the Knights. Last off, Garfield Heights. Hoban basketball. 1 minute expired here in the third quarter. Knights still trail it by 5. Both teams looking for their offense still in this third quarter of play. Second quarter dominated primarily by free throws. Hardman out to Nichols. Nichols on the play on the fly, spinning in the lane, tries the shot, and the block by Little. Running the other way, Little trying to avoid the steal, able to kick it out in stride. Three-pointer wide left, right into the hands of Jonas. Air ball shot by Garfield Heights. Kenny Scott trying to get into the lane. Foul is called on the Bulldogs. And called for it. Corey Wilson picks up number 4 now. With 6:26 left in the quarter, so Wilson in deep foul trouble, gonna have to go back to the bench. Scott goes to Greer. Sam Greer with Jones on him. Greer looks to back down, got met by 2, rode the rim, couldn't convert the bucket. Jones, nice defense again against the big man. Jumper from the elbow, and the foul going to be called on Nichols. Tried to avoid the foul, but just did get enough contact, as Little will have 2 free throws coming up. And Little converting the first of 2 free throws. Largest lead of the game for either team, as the Bulldogs with a 6-point advantage. Little goes 2 for 2 at the stripe, and the lead tips to 3 possessions for the first time on Garfield Heights' side. 6 minutes left to go. First points of the third quarter, those 2 free throws. Hardman to Greer, Greer out to Kenny Scott. Scott attacks, stops, pops strong as Johnson has the ball, gets called for the travel, and they'll send it back to Garfield Heights. And timeout going to be called by T.K. Griffith. 5 minutes, 47 seconds to go here in the third. We got a quick break as well, back after this.
We all come to Archbishop Hoban High School with our own unique experiences, with our own story. We come to Hoban to become the best possible versions of ourselves. We are the light of the world. We are Hoban.
Welcome back, everybody. Knights still in their timeout, huddled up. They're about to be breaking it. The path for both these teams getting here. And we said Garfield Heights coming out of that Northeast 6th District. They beat number 56, John Marshall, in the sectional final, 77-39. Followed that up with a district semifinal win over 18-seeded Berea Mid-Park, 77-44. They finally finished things out in a district championship game against number 30, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's, defeating the Fighting Irish 57-45. St. V's was the 30th seed in that district. for Hoban. Sectional final win against 63-seeded Boardman, 63-46, and 2 close nail-biting victories in the districts with a semifinal win over 10-seeded Strongsville, 55-54, and a district championship win over 2-seeded Brecksville Broadview Heights on a James McCarthy game-winning bucket, 47-45. Garfield Heights quickly looking for the bucket and able to get it through. What a take by Carter Jackson. Lead to 9. And the largest lead of the game for either team. Knights looking for offense, still without a score yet in the quarter. JJ, speed races and goaltending going to be called. Foul on the floor. No, they're going to call the foul on the floor. They say still was on the way up during the tip. No, called the goaltending, excuse me. So the goaltending was called. The bucket counts. Back to Garfield Heights. I thought they called the foul on the floor, but no, they were pointing to the one who committed the goaltend, rather. Shot from the corner, put it down, distance, Devon Jackson. And the lead to 10. Hoban trying to find a spark in dangerous waters now. 5 and ticking in the third. Kenny Scott to McCarthy. McCarthy pump fakes in the corner, dishes out to Hardman. Hardman off that dribble. Hand off. Nichols pump fakes. Over to Johnson. Johnson with his left tries the shot, sneaks it in, counted and one. Jackson called for the contact. That'll be his third. And it's Carter Jackson in some foul trouble now. There's Johnson, the and one try now. And he'll convert. Knights back within 7. Quick pass. Jones steps out of bounds, though, and turns it over to Hoban. Knights huddle up real quick as a team in the paint. As Hardman looks like he was the one who called for it. Kenny Scott, ball handler, bringing it up. McCarthy calling for movement. Hardman has it. Hardman off the dribble, switching to his left. Bounce pass over to Scott. Kenny Scott fakes the handoff. Speed races and backs out. Picked up the dribble, has to go somewhere. Finds Nichols. Jonas Nichols with CJ Little on him. Nichols into his dribble. Nichols, nice movement into the lane. Tries the shot, gets the contact, and will go to the line for 2. CJ Little will pick it up. Second one on him. Third on the Bulldogs. Leaving them one left to give with a tick over 4 minutes to go here in the third. It's Jonas Nichols for 2 free throws. Chance to cut this to a 2-possession game again. And he'll make that first. 6-point contest here from the Jar. Second one short, so the lead will stay at 6 for Garfield Heights. Bulldog basketball, other side of the floor. Marcus Johnson and Kenny Scott guarding. We're under 4 to play in the third. Johnson has it knocked down by John Johnson. JJ put it up and in. The freshman blossoming before our eyes in a regional semifinal. He's got 17. CJ Little, 4-point game. Foul is called on the hold, and it looks like Kenny Scott going to get whistled for it. That'll be the Knights' second in the quarter for Scott. And it'll be his, overall, his third. And Scott will have to take a rest on the bench. Andrew Karoff is in as the big. 3:18 in the third. Garfield Heights. Quick pass to the mid-range. Right back out. CJ Little with the ball. Johnson, the freshman, guarding. Little in the mid-range, gets a seam, rattles in and out, but the little bit of help, saying, I got your back, DeAndre Jones. Back to 6, the lead. JJ over to Karhoff. Under 3 to play in the third. Karhoff bounce pass to Hardman. Hardman puts it up and strong. Karhoff gets the rebound and tried to tiptoe the line, but he steps out of bounds, turning it over to Garfield Heights. Six-point contest. 2:40, third quarter. Bulldog basketball protecting a 6-point advantage. Attacking. Johnson stops, pops strong, out of bounds, back to the Knights. Another good defensive stand by Hoban. Defense taking center stage as it usually does in these later rounds. Sweet 16 now here in Division I. Winner gets to the Elite 8. Takes on the winner of Toledo Whitmer and Toledo St. John's Jesuit in a regional final game. Here would be Region 1 in Division I. 2:15, third quarter. Kenny Scott with the ball. Knights trailing by 6. Hardman. Pass goes nowhere. McCarthy thought he might have moved. No movement there. Miscommunication and a bad look on the turnover from Hoban. Josh Greer will sub back in. In for Karhoff. Under 2 to play. Garfield Heights trying to get some separation before the start of the fourth quarter. Leading it right now by 6. Ball out to Little. Little attacks, gets the lane, and the offensive foul. Send it the other way. Little will pick it up. That'll be his third. As Little in a bit of foul trouble, he'll have to go to the bench for a little bit. Fourth foul on the Bulldogs. That was their last to give. Next one puts Hoban at the line for a pair. Devon Jackson guarding Nichols. Jonas Nichols gets to his spot, trying to get the and one try. He'll get the contact and will go to the stripe. Devon Jackson picks up the foul, his first. And the bonus now are the Knights. Jonas Nichols can shrink this deficit all the way down to 4. 90 seconds left in the third quarter. And that first one rattles home for the future MAC player, the future Kent State Flash, that with any luck and with any continued success at Kent State will have quite a few ball games in this building in his future. The old wagon wheel rivalry, Kent and Akron. One of the oldest ones in the state. Nichols for the second, and he'll drop them both. 4-point game once again. Nichols 2 for 2 at the line. Little to the near side wing. From the right side wing into Little. Attacks the lane, puts up the shot, left it wide left. Jones does get the rebound, tries the shot, puts it through with the contact. Josh Greer will pick it up. First one on him, third on the Knights, and one try coming up for Garfield Heights. Corey Wilson back in. Wilson playing with 4 fouls. He picks up his 5th. He'll foul out of the game. Jones airballs the free throw, and it'll go back to the Knights. 6-point game, Hoban basketball. 6-point lead back for Garfield Heights. Hoban shooting 33% from the field to the Bulldogs 42. Kenny Scott. Final minute of the third quarter as Jonas Nichols has it at the top. Nichols pump fakes, attacks right side. Difficult shot and some more contact called. As I think that one is going to... Carter Jackson will pick up his fourth. So two prominent Bulldogs with 4 fouls as Carter Jackson and Corey Wilson each with 4 fouls apiece. And that first free throw, couple bounces on the iron, but finds home for Nichols. CJ Little will check back in the game. He's playing Little dangerously, 56.3 in the quarter. He's got 3 on him, fouls-wise. Nichols for his second. Strong on that attempt. Tipped into the hands of Little. 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. They play from in front with possession. 46 seconds left in the third. Little, more than content, dribbling the clock out for the last shot of the third. Take a lead into the fourth quarter of multiple possessions. Johnson looks to chase out and more than all right. Picking up that foul. That was the one to give for the Knights, coming up at 24.6. Forces Garfield Heights now to inbound, but if you're the Knights, you can't really foul again. You'll put the Bulldogs at the stripe for 2 free ones. You'll take your chance and you want to be aggressive. Johnson flushed him out and will force the pass in. Knights will give up the pass to Little. 20 and ticking, third quarter of play. Garfield Heights leading this regional semifinal matchup against the Division I state champion from a year ago, the Knights, 38-33, 8 and ticking. Bulldogs, CJ Little, shot strong, second chance attempt knocked loose, ball picked up, third chance, not the charm, and the buzzer sounds. Knights survive defensively and will keep it a 5-point contest heading to the fourth quarter of play. 8 minutes to determine who's going to the Elite Eight. It's the Archbishop Hoban Knights. It's Garfield Heights, the Bulldogs. 38-33 our score heading to the fourth. Ty Bartel, your sports network. We're back after this.
We shall taste one bite at a time. At Valeria, bite into a taste sensation. Bite into a taste delight. Good food and fun in combination. One bite at a time till it's out of sight. We shall taste one bite at a time. At Valeria.
Why is 21 News the watchdog station?
How come the equipment was purchased without knowing if it's compatible? Millions have gone to waste.
Seeing an uptick in check fraud.
We break down everything you need to know.
So none of the soil underneath the rail lines is contaminated. Pointing to several gaps in EPA data.
What can you say to the Youngstown community to ensure this is safe?
We'll continue to keep watch.
James A. Rhodes Arena, known as the Jar, home of the Akron Zips, host of this regional semifinal matchup between the Northeast 6 winner, Garfield Heights Bulldogs, and the Northeast 5 district winner, the Archbishop Hoban Knights. Bulldog basketball to start the final 8 minutes of regulation. Garfield Heights leads it by 5. Johnson with it. Marcus Johnson with Kenny Scott guarding. Dish over to Jones. Jones in stride. Distance try. Hits some hands. Ends up with the Bulldogs. Whistle blown. Timeout called. And Garfield Heights will utilize their first of the game to keep possession at 7:28 to go. We'll take another quick break. Back your way after this.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clint. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience, WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
Out of that timeout from Garfield Heights, it's Bulldog basketball. 7:28, fourth quarter of play. And a 5-point lead, 38-33 for Garfield Heights. Looking to inbound. Going over the top, stolen away. Kenny Scott trying to split the defense, but will pick up the foul. Kenny Scott, so good at drawing contact this contest. As he'll pick up, or draw another one. Marcus Johnson picking up his first foul of the game. Plenty to give as the first foul of the quarter goes on the Bulldogs. Kenny Scott, the inbounder, gives it up to Greer. Greer gets one in the air and gets the bucket. Back to a one-possession game. Speed racing. Oh, Marcus Johnson turned on the turbo for the two. Back to 5, the lead. 7 and ticking here in the fourth. Nichols lost the handle on the ball, recovered by Kenny Scott. Scott now with the dribble. Attacks free throw line. Bounce pass, beautiful pass. Nichols couldn't convert it. One into contact, couldn't get it called. Other way. Shot, ball out of bounds. It's off the Bulldogs. Back to the Knights. Hoban gets the ball back, trailing by 5. 6:37 here in regulation. Knights trying to keep pace. Greer bumping and bruising with Jones. A sea of Bulldogs, but it doesn't stop the big man that time. The pack attacked, but Greer found some space. Three-point game, one possession. Marcus Johnson with Kenny Scott all over him. Johnson keeps his dribble, puts up the floater, and finds the nylon. What a take. Johnson gets the bucket in a full timeout by Garfield Heights to follow. Both teams left with 3. 5:58 in the final quarter. It's a 5-point game.
There are 4 members of GoldenStringRadio.org that works for your sports network. Super Dave, Kristen, Scotty, and myself. And if you love our work at Golden String Isle and Purple Cat, you are going to love the soon-to-be open GABA camp out at Farmer Casey's Ranch in Coatesville Township. It has all the nice, beautiful scenery, will feature cabins, and a whole lot of other great outdoor stuff. I'm Radar Pavlov, and my sports network is your sports network.
Local teams are heating up the hardwoods, and you can keep up with all the action on and off the court with Five Guys Hoop News all season long on 21 Sports.
I'm Tracy, and this tax season there are even more ways for you to find a vehicle with more new and pre-owned vehicles, more financing options, and more ways to get you approved. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
We're back here, fourth quarter of play. 5:58 remaining in regulation. 42-37, Garfield Heights over Archbishop Hoban in this regional semifinal contest. Bulldogs shooting 43% from the field, Knights 36. Both teams 10 of 13 at the free throw line, good for 77%. Bulldogs 2 for 11 from distance for 18% from 3. As the Knights are 3 of 8, good for 36% from distance. Hoban with the ball, trailing by 5. Nichols to Johnson. Johnson having himself a heck of a game. Over the top to Greer. Greer one dribble, had it stripped and taken away. Little gets tied up with it out to Johnson. Marcus Johnson able to bounce pass it out in transitioning across the half-court stripe. Garfield Heights gets it to Johnson. 5:23 and ticking. Johnson, couple jab steps, attacks with his left, stop, pop, drop in the lane for the 2. Big shot, big lead now up to 7 for the Bulldogs. Knights needing a basket. Little on Jonas Nichols. Nichols spins and draws the contact. Little gonna pick up his 4th, and 3 different Bulldogs, prolific Bulldogs, with 4 fouls on the brink of fouling out. 4:53 to go in the 4th quarter. And you can expect the Knights to stay aggressive attacking the rim. As Nichols for 2 will drop the first. Jonas Nichols, a dozen points now in this contest, as the deficit down to 2 possessions again. So they'll sub out Corey Wilson. Carter Jackson will sub in. He's the other one with 4 fouls for the Bulldogs, as Nichols sinks them both. Lead down to 5. 4:50, 4th quarter. Marcus Johnson using his right, getting to his spot. Shot is up, left short. Ball hits some hands. DeAndre Jones comes out with it. Lost the handle again. Hits up in the air. Jones gets it out to Johnson. Oh, what a sequence. And Garfield Heights somehow keeps the ball. Little attacks, stops, pops, strong. Rebound by Greer. 5-point game, Knights with the ball. Huge possession for Hoban. 4:05 in the game. Nichols attacks, puts it up, puts it in. Couple friendly bounces off the iron. And we're back to within 3. Knights always say if there's a will, there's a way. And never surrender the fight until 000's on the clock. 3:40, 3-point game, trying to converge this to 2 possessions again, or increase this to 2 possessions. Bulldogs, Little, a JJ on him, gives it up to Jones. Jones rides the iron, couldn't convert it. Nichols tries to save it. It goes back to Johnson, out to the distance try. Strong, rebounded again though by Garfield Heights. Big offensive boards, keeping the possession alive. Bulldog basketball, 3:08 and ticking. Ball knocked loose into the hands of Nichols. Hoban basketball, they trail it by 3. Jonas bumped, knocked loose. What a steal by Johnson. Marcus Johnson gets the steal. The timeout is called once they cross the half court by the Bulldogs. For Garfield Heights, it is their 3rd used timeout. It leaves them with 2 in the game. Hoban left with 3. 2:52 left in regulation. Still anybody's regional semifinal. Who's going to the Elite 8?
Don't miss the annual Customer Appreciation Sale going on now at Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs. Save with the lowest prices of the year on everything you need for your pool and spa. From water care products to pool heaters and robotic cleaners. Plus, take advantage of 0% financing for 72 months on all above ground pools, hot tubs, and saunas.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
Hope looks different for everyone. It's a doctor who takes the time to understand. It's a listening ear when you need one most. The power of care is nothing without hope. And every service we offer is created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian.
We're out of that timeout as both teams just getting ready to break it. It is Garfield Heights Bulldog basketball. 44-41, Garfield Heights in front of Archbishop Hoban. 2 minutes, 52 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter of regulation. Regional semifinal, District 1, Region 1. Bulldogs start with the ball at the baseline, inbounding C.J. Little. Little the pass into DeAndre Jones. Back to Little. 2:45 left to go. Marcus Johnson with the ball. Kenny Scott guarding. Johnson tries to get up with the shot, and Scott will pick up the foul. Johnson will draw it. 2 free throws coming up for the Bulldogs. Johnson stepping to the stripe for a pair. Big free throws in this one, trying to separate. As Johnson, 15 on the night, make it 16. Second one good as well. A pair of makes and a 5-point lead for Garfield Heights. 2.5 to go. Kenny Scott with the ball. Speed races his way past, switches hands to his left. Feed over to Hardman. Hardman back to Scott. And a timeout taken. Coach T.K. Griffith utilizing one of his. Both teams going to be left with 2:12 left in the fourth after this.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa.
And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing.
Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships.
We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team.
Your goals, our game plan.
Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Out of the Knights timeout, Hoban basketball. They trail it by 5, 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in this fourth quarter, final quarter of regulation from the James A. Rhodes Arena, home of the Akron Zips, for this regional semifinal matchup in Division I. Joey Hardman to inbound. Back to Kenny Scott. You really feel like the Knights need this basket. Screen by Greer. They get it to Hardman. Hardman fades over to Johnson. Johnson bounce pass to Greer. Greer using his power. Put it up, put it in. The big man with another bucket. Back to 3, the deficit. Garfield Heights basketball. Bulldogs trying to put the finishing touches on this. Knights just won't go away. Ball goes to Little. Little. Pass back over. Knights gonna have to start playing the man-to-man. Force the ball out of the hands of the Bulldogs. 75 seconds. Little. Ball picked up. Shot attempt. Put it up and in. What a take, Carter Jackson. 63 seconds left. Huge shot for the Bulldogs. Nichols tries it. Offensive foul is called. Jackson keeps his feet, his positioning, and draws the turnover. And that could have very well been the nail in the coffin. 55.5, 5-point lead for the Bulldogs, and possession for Garfield Heights. As Little. Now to Marcus Jackson. Get it back out to him. 45 and ticking. Trap is there. Out of bounds. Turn it over to the Knights. 40.1. Big turnover by Garfield Heights. Knights need offense this possession, no doubt about it. Got to have it. 35 and ticking, cut by Nichols, blocked. What a block by Devon Jackson. Running the baseline, Nichols tried for the reverse. Jackson said no dice. Kenny Scott trying to find the pass. Goes over the top to Hardman. Hardman to Johnson. Knights needing a shot. Johnson from distance. Well short. Rebounded Devon Jackson. Jackson has to get rid of it. Ball is out of bounds, or fouled rather, by the Knights. Timeout. No, excuse me. Timeout taken by Marcus Johnson, who calls it and saves possession. 21.4. Bulldogs can smell it. Regional semifinal, final seconds coming back after this.
Innovative and beautiful appliances can make your kitchen the most popular place in your family's home. And that's why when the question is asked,
where'd you get them?
The answer is so often,
I got them at Sheely's.
To find the best things for your home, no one matches Sheely's wide selection of options for any room or any budget. Free local delivery is just the icing on the cake. Visit our showrooms in North Ima and Aurora. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what
Garfield Heights basketball, 21.4 to go here in regulation. They lead it by 5. Bulldogs inbound. And get it to Little. Little gets it all the way down to Jones, who'll flush it and put the exclamation point on a regional semifinal win for Garfield Heights. Kenny Scott, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded, foul coming, 4.7. And the free throws coming at the stripe to put the icing on the cake. Ball goes to Little in the middle, right back to DeAndre Jones. Jones dunks it again, and that will cap it off. A 9-point win for the Garfield Heights Bulldogs in this regional semifinal contest by a final score 52-43, as Garfield Heights, 25-1 now on the season, will advance to the regional final at University of Toledo Savage Arena on March 16th, 2 p.m. tip-off in that one. And they'll take on the winner of Toledo-Whitmer and Toledo-St. John's Jesuit. That's currently going on at Savage Arena right now. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of high school basketball on your sports network. To our proud owners, both DJ Oakley and Brian Scott, able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it to this, able to make this season and all these games possible for each and every one of you not able to make it in attendance here tonight. To our GM, Steve Leslie, with his work with Bobstein Park Baseball, YSU Football, and YSNLive.com, the many hats that Mr. Leslie wears, and we thank him for each and every one of them. And most importantly to all of you who tuned in and helped support these kids, schools, and communities. You guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all about. And so we thank you. If you were tuning in from the Garfield Heights area, supporting the Bulldogs, getting your first taste of YSN Live, we want to thank you for your support. And also want to remind you that Your Sports Network is a completely free service to schools. So if you want to find out how to get involved, you can contact us. Email us, in fact, at info@ysnlive.com. Or if you're from our Hoban community supporting the Archbishop Hoban Knights, we want to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Archbishop Hoban Athletics for the continued season and all season long, and hopefully into the spring season as well, as we look forward to a baseball and softball season of Archbishop Hoban Athletics, or wherever you may be in the sport of high school basketball. This is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.